Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of Snap Judgments. We are not the official podcast of Marvel Snap, but we are the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. Hey, Roy, how's the weather? Oh, shit, Roy ditched me. Hey, Nick, how's Canada? Nope, Nick's 7 dreams in. We don't got him, and we don't need him. Who knows where Gunny is? Gunnying somewhere else, setting up the Golden Gauntlet. That's probably happening the same day this goes live. We shall see. We don't need those traitors. Today we're going to yap. We're going to Marvel yap. We're joined by, returning as always for the new card month, it is our favorite Pirate King, a person who I'm about to break huge life news to. It's the Pirate King Tucker. Tucker, first spell your name and tell people how to find you, then ask me what my news is.
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter X under Tucker, TUCCRR. What is this beautiful news you have for me today, Glazer?
My son and I will be in this coming week starting One Piece.
Oh, yo, let's freaking go. Oh, my goodness.
Brady figured out what it was before I said it in chat because I hate him. In the meantime, someone who... Well, actually, I'm going to let you introduce him, Tuck. That seems like the right thing to do.
Yes. Special episode this week, maybe even for the future. Who knows? We got my co-host, the beautiful man with a mustache, the blue eyes, white dragon, hostess with the mostest, Not My Dance.
What's up? How you doing? It's going to be a fun one today.
Dance, how do our friends find you?
It's like Google, Not My Dance. Oh, sorry.
Sure.
Sorry, TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. Twitch or YouTube, pretty much at Not My Dance, wherever it is. Twitter, X. Yes, there. Simple as that.
Lots
I don't know.
and lots of ways to find Not My Dance, and you should absolutely be following Not My Dance, one of the rising stars of Marvel Snap. Not just because his eyes are so starry and dreamy. Dance, have you watched One Piece?
Nope. I've watched absolutely zero of One Piece. I've not seen it. I don't know if I will, because there's a lot to get into.
I mean, what are you going to do? Stream Marvel Snap? In the meantime, a thing occurs to me. This is not actually an episode of Snap Judgments, no matter what it says. This is an episode of your podcast featuring me. I'm outnumbered. Right? Like, in no way, shape, or form.
Don't tell Perry. He was asking me yesterday, like, okay, why haven't I been invited on yet? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, what he has to do is just invite you both to his channel and then be like, oops, I'm on your podcast.
It's the secret strategy. I love that.
It's true.
Oh my gosh. We're about to hit, I think, we're about to have 1 year, I think, as our next one. We're going to have to record here in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. This is episode 140. I have been on 140 episodes, but only 139 episodes that have aired. There was one episode that was the kickoff of the... Oh my god, the name is now gone. What's Lauren's podcast? Help me.
Oh my gosh.
It's... I don't know it off the top of my head.
I know this. Help me. Snap
I
on
should
this.
know this.
Snap on this,
That's what
right?
it is,
Yeah,
Snap
there
on
we
this.
go. My brain totally froze for a second. I beat you to it, chat. Chat don't got nothing on me. So there was one episode where I was on my way back from Colombia as we had to record, and I'm good, but I ain't that good. So we did, to launch their podcast, a Snap Takeover. If I ever decide to come back from Vietnam, you guys can do a Snap podcast takeover too. Although I guess, again, you are now. In the meantime, you can find me at Snap Judgments Pod on YouTube, at BlueSky on Twitch, and probably some other places I don't actually give a shit about. I care about the Patreon. That's also BlueSky. No, it's not. It's not at all. It's Snap Judgments on Patreon. I know my names. I'm bad at branding everyone, but I'm decently good at talking about Marvel Snap, so what say y'all we do that?
Let's do it.
Down.
Yeah, audio format, you guys. You can't just nod. I thought you had a podcast.
Down. I approve.
Like,
verbally,
let's go,
audibly, visually.
All right. So in the meantime, our season pass card for the July season, for the August season is Galactus First Steps. I'd also like to note I've used this slide about 6 different times, and no one has once been like, bro, it's August. In the meantime,
I didn't even realize that.
use this so much. Galactus is a 6/12. My Herald is the next character I see you play. The I in this case is not me, BlueSky. The I is Galactus, so if you draw him and then you play a card, that card becomes his Herald. Galactus has the end of turn ability +2 power if you're winning my Herald's location, if in hand or play. Tucker, is this your favorite Galactus?
Probably not. Probably not my favorite Galactus. It's a very interesting season pass card. Like, if you just look at this year, of course, like we've had a lot of banger season pass cards, especially, it's a 2-cost year pretty much for the most part. So it kind of like doesn't necessarily hold a candle, I feel like, to a lot of those cards. But I think like one of my main kind of gripes, I think, with this is this kind of just stays in your hand and gets big, and like you're like, oh well, I don't have a win con. This is my plan C. Like, this feels like it's not plan A or plan B. It's plan C. Like, you're more often just not playing this out. I liked, of course, using him in Black Knight because I'm not playing.
Is it Planned Parenthood?
It is. No, it's not Planned Parenthood because you don't necessarily want it out on the board. I mean, I guess technically, yeah, it's no Planned Parenthood's planned. So like you would want.
I don't know how to take that.
Yeah, no, but no, this is a card like, it's like if you're not ramping it out, it kind of just is. It gets stays in your hand and gets scary, and you use it as like to just like psych people out, kind of. Well, that's why like I've been like using like Black Knight to like Ghost Rider him out. I'm never really just playing this card out. Just kind of what's happened with it.
Dunce.
Yeah, I feel like it's about the same. Typically, this isn't, I think, your main plan for the deck, but I do like the fact that it does kind of just. It kind of sits there just in the background where he's just like, oh, I'm about to. I'm about. Am I gonna? But okay, you stop. This feels like that pretty much for the whole bit of the whole game, which is, I think it's a boring card personally. It's just a big stats card, which it's fine. Marvel Snap should have those, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's just, I don't know. It's a big card. I haven't had any personal issues with it, but I've seen a lot more people playing it than I thought I would.
I like that they released Red Hulk again. Like, maybe they released him too strong the first time, and then they were like, you know what we really liked? Red Hulk. Let's do Red Hulk, but again. So like, hey, look, guess what? It's Red Hulk again. I see people playing this in all the same decks they would play Red Hulk. It is literally just that. People are literally like, yo, I have a really good high Evo list with Galactus First Steps. I'm like, yeah, I know. I've seen it. It's just fucking Red Hulk. Thanks, though. I really appreciate it. They're like, hey, this card's great in Clog. I'm like, wait, you mean Red Hulk goes in Clog sometime? No. Like, it's Red Hulk. We've got Red Hulk again. I mean, I have Red Hulk at home. So, like, if you want to save $10, you do have Red Hulk at home. It's fine. It really
is a difference.
I just don't know when I want to play this and not Red Hulk, or Red Hulk and not this. I don't think I give a shit, right? Like, there's times when one's going to be way better than the other. This can get bigger than Red Hulk usually does, but like, also when it does, like, I usually am winning that game anyway. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm winning that location by that much anyway, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
If they're skipping energy and Red Hulk 16, 18 power, I'm probably going to win that game. Like, so it ends up being fundamentally the freaking same. It's a little better, but like not enough to be, like, it's not $10 better for sure. Although it is $10, like, plus all the other stuff better, right? Like, plus the gold and variants and bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't it always worth it no matter what the card is, right, for the season pass? Like, even if the card sucks, technically the season pass always gives you value.
Yeah. I mean, like, the gold is worth more than $10, right? Like, the variants are all like $15 to $20 each in value, if not more than that. Like, yeah, it's not even remotely close. But that said, like, the card is about as unexciting as you can possibly make Galactus. Which is a shame. We are going to get a third Galactus, though, right? Like, they're going to have to release a Marvel Zombies Galactus. I can't imagine they're not going to.
Well, there's data mine Galacti, which is like his race, right?
Sure. Yeah. And if you think about it, this is technically the third Galactus because we already had his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. His daughter, who Roy hates, Galactica. Daughter of Galactus.
I love the way that's pronounced every single time. It doesn't send shivers up my spine.
It's look, these Galactus, the OG Galactus is a really, really cool idea, and every time they iterate on it, it's like, why? But whatever, it's fine. At the end of the day, there's another day coming.
I think there's
another card coming. Go ahead.
I I'll say that's my biggest thing I feel like with it, where it's like, I kind of feel like they should have worked together. I don't know how. Like, Galacta and Galactus base both work together. It's weird this one just doesn't at all in the slightest. It feels like that threw me off when I first saw this design.
I don't. I want this card to be more interesting, right? It's got this really cool flavor, and then you play it and you're like, oh, cool. Like, it's like Red Hulk with a splash of Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which, I mean, to be fair, didn't we have, like, for a bit of the game, we had, like, 3, like, whenever it first released, we had, like, 4 cards that just said, discard a card, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, like, at least it's not the exact same flavor anymore, but it is, like, you're talking salt versus, like, pink Himalayan salt. Like, they're basically the same, but you slightly can tell the difference.
Are they going to buff it?
I'm hopefully
Depending
not.
on sales.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
I think
the
so
answer.
too. They didn't buff Esme, but you know why they didn't buff Esme? That was the month of their retreat, so no one was in the office.
Yep.
Otherwise, because they couldn't wait to buff Carter. They were like, we're not selling season passes 2 months in a row. That shit's not happening.
People were buying Surge, so they were spending all their gold on tokens and money to get tokens to get Surge. So they said, "Oh, we're good."
We were talking. I remember when that season came out, we're like, okay, why is Surge just not the season pass card? Because then the next month was just other Surge with Mr. Fantastic First Steps. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that must have been the reason why they didn't do it, where it's like, oh, wait, this probably would have just been the exact same 2 in a row. Sure, okay.
Every month, the season pass should just be a new broken 2-drop. Like, that should just be their business model.
I see nothing wrong with this plan. There's definitely no way this can go poorly.
Merlin, Fantastic First Steps. You change it to Surge. You've already had Sam and Iron Pager. Just do a different broken 2-drop every month. Call it the 2-drop season pass and just move on.
Just make Galactus 2 cost, same stats, everything else. It'll be fine. Just move on.
I mean, they already did. That's Hulk. Sorry, that's Bruce now with Invisible Woman.
Oh, it's Bruce. There you go. At least Bruce is playable.
Bruce is actually good. I don't know where the hell that came from.
It was a lot of fun.
He's going to be a 6'10 +3. Wait for it. Calling it now. That was what he was data mined as.
I was about to say that was what he was data mined. I feel like, I hope they don't. I actually kind of like him at this current stat line.
They're not. They want to sell more of this guy. They're not releasing Galactus for it to be a low seller. You know what I mean? You don't make your season pass card Galactus First Steps and be like, we don't care if this is like Esme's sales. They want this one to sell. They're going to make it good.
I'm still going to hope. Let me hope.
No. Hope Summers isn't good anymore. All right, let's move on to another shit card. It is Silver Surfer First Steps. This one will be Series 4, 3,000 tokens right now. The only way to get it is to spend $11 on top of buying Galactus, which is weird because, right, there's just no way to buy her. If you're like, I don't want Galactus, but I think she's cool. It is the Silver Surfer, who is 3/4, the woman Silver Surfer from Fantastic Four First Steps, which would be a spoiler if you've never seen a commercial. End of turn. If you're winning this location with an on-reveal card, copy its text. As usual, Mr. King, take it away.
So like it's cool that you can have a card you can kind of like set up and you don't have to like activate, like it can happen same turn, but like I haven't done any testing with this card. There's been instances where like double Gwenpool proc is really cool same turn. You know, I've set up for it. And I like that you like it doesn't proc until you actually have an on reveal card there in your winning location, but it's also kind of just a boring card to me. Pretty much the season pass, premium season pass are just kind of like just boring cards. Like there's, times where this can, have crazy like potential and stuff, but it kind of is like, what am I running this instead of kind of situation?
Don't.
I feel like, that's the simplest question right there, where it's just like, okay, well, this is, all right, if I don't want Absorb Mana, if I don't want Prodigy, I guess I'm putting in Silver Surfer First Steps. Okay, if I don't want Red Hulk, and if I don't want some other big scaler, I guess I'll throw in, Galactus First Steps. Feels like a lot of the cards this season are hitting a vibe similar to that. I think this is, I feel like it's just a fine card. I don't know. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing super interesting. I don't think it's bad either. It's just like, yeah, it's just 3/4 that can potentially copy something else. Sure. I think it does what Tucker said, right? Like a Gwenpool trigger is awesome. Second Dinner sucks at their dev videos. One of the first thing we see her do is swap sides with Green Goblins. So, I don't trust those anymore. It was that and then Gamora in a full. It was that was it actually. It was that, and then they did Gamora, which I thought was like those are the best things they could do for her. Really, there's no other way you can show it off. I don't know. I think it is just something like that. I also was able to use this just in a classic Surfer list and just play with that for a little bit, and I had some fun there because you can go just get 3 triggers on Silver Surfer with a Prodigy as well at the end of the game.
To quote our friend Jamie Tart, it's poopy. It's just a bad card. Like, it's a bad Marvel Snap card. It's got bad stats. It's a bad card. There's a million ways to do what it does that I don't need to. Like, if people have been comparing it to Prodigy and that, like, Prodigy just needed the right card for this to be good, I mean, I guess if they release another Gwenpool, I could see this being decent, because, like, then you have 2 things that you can play on top of it. And then that just becomes a known playing pattern that everyone counters, right? Like, I don't know. It's poopy. I don't care about it. I don't give a crap about it. I think this is just destined to be a really bad card. There's not stuff I care about doing with it, which is a really bad place to be.
Yeah. There was an Ares situation with it, like, which is cool for Scar, but like,
it's nice that I can Grandmaster, right? Like, that I can like Grandmaster before I play the card sometimes. But also now it's sitting on the board, and Marvel Snap is a game that really, really, really gives you a lot of value for hidden information because of the snap mechanic. So, like, sitting there on the board means that even if it could be slightly better because it's not, like, but like, even then, like, I'd really rather play a 2/3 than a 3/4.
I'm trying to think, like,
3/5.
what other? Oh, Surge is one of the ones I actually really enjoyed with this, by the way. So I knew there was at least one more that I did like with it. Surge on because you just go Surge straight into this on that same lane. Just does give you double triggers for the most of the game.
It's reasonable. It's totally reasonable. Again, assuming the opponent doesn't play like anything there, because that's 6 power on turn.
No one plays cards Marvel Snap. You're fine.
Like, just drop a Gladiator, and it's like, and that was cute. Thanks. Like, unplayed card Gladiator. You can get, like, it's doable, right? But, like, and especially if you drop this or you're not immediately getting the trigger, it's just like, well, whatever I play next, I'm just going to play there and see if I can blow this up. Because all I have to do is blow it up for 1 turn to completely ruin your tempo. Again, like, non-hidden information sucks, and this card, therefore, is kind of bad. Also, its stats suck. So, like, if it's going to have this ability, it can't be a 3/4. At least a 3/5. Maybe it's good at a 3/5. I can see it being good as a 3/5. Because now, like, it matters because it's trying to win a location, right?
We'll see. This is one that I feel like is going to be incredibly. There has to be something that exists in Marvel Snap that really wants this ability, and I've seen 0 things so far that are like, yes, thank you.
I mean, so Fantasticar was phenomenal, right? Like, Fantasticar ended up being a really good card. To the point where I'm pretty sure that card's getting nerfed. Just for the record, no one's noticed how good it is because everyone's like, Invisible Woman. But Fantasticar plays as like a 4/17. And that's a lot of power. Like, remember how, like, we don't like that Galacta is a 4/12? Well, Fantasticar is a lot bigger than that. So, like, we should probably take that card down several notches. I don't know how exactly. I think it has to be like a 4/5, but again, problems for later. For the time being, Surfer doesn't have that kind of potential.
Yeah, because that just basically makes it so you get value from. It's equivalent to basically 1 less end of turn card being played. I think that'd still be probably a fine card.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it'll still be good. It's just, is it going to be like, holy shit, I'm dropping so much power? Hey, we got a raid from Combat Snap. Thank you very much, Combat. Ooh. I had a mod here. Brady's busy yelling, so he's not going to shout him out. All right. Any other Surfer first steps? Thoughts?
No, I just Dexter was playing a Sauron deck with him yesterday, and when I hit Ares, it was cool to just get cheap Scar, but that was like the other thing.
Yeah, that's not bad. Like, but what's your other trigger? Like, I don't want to play it with 1 card. There's a lot of decks that I would like 1 card.
0 maybe.
Okay,
that's actually
not
interesting.
Bad. That's not bad. Like, because I'm like the whatchamacallit, what's homeboy's name? Zenade has the misery thing going with 0 that works really well. And you can just like make your 0 card be like big in that lane and give you a reasonable shot at winning. I don't hate that. That's a pretty cool idea. That it's an end of turn is a little annoying though, right? It's not like you're spending a whole turn doing it, which isn't great, but something.
It depends on your setup and stuff. Like you have like Surge in there and Zabu in there too. So like there's ways around it. You could also, I mean, double Zabu's not bad, but like it depends if you actually have the stuff still in your deck.
Yeah, it's
could
double
throw
Zabu.
in the Nightmare but that's going to be a harder lane to win, obviously. So potentially not.
Well, even like Zabu's a 1, right? So you've got 5 whole power in that lane. This card needs an extra power. Let's revisit when it's a 3/5 because it's got to be a 3/5, right?
It's like we thought about the Esme too. We wanted Esme to be a 3/5.
Yeah, and it's still not.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a 3/5 hot take because then it becomes negative, just becomes even better.
Yeah, I mean 3/4 Mobius.
Yeah, that's why they buffed Mobius.
Did they say? Am I like making up that they said they were going to buff Esme, or did they actually say they were going to buff Esme?
I don't remember hearing anything about it.
I think you're speaking dreams into reality is what you're trying to do.
There we go. That'll happen.
And I like.
I mean, I got that really cool Phoenix Force Esme that came out the other day, so
it's good.
That's a really good variant.
Oh,
I didn't buy the one last week, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to regret this. And then the other one came out, and I was like, I don't regret shit. I made good life choices.
You get 3 Esmes.
Yeah, I only get I'm dumb with the way I buy variants. I only typically buy the ones that are going to be in albums.
I buy variants specifically. I want one variant of each card, unless the variant is by far my favorite. Like if a new variant comes, like that Esme is the only good Esme right now, right? Like the one with the shades is fine, I guess, right? But like it's either my only variant or my only good variant, I don't bother.
Man, I have such terminal brain rot. As soon as I hear only anything, my brain goes straight to only Tux. It's so bad.
I mean, he gets my one piece
Glad
nice and ready.
Glad you're with me.
Gets my one piece already.
Your one piece nice.
Oh my word!
I was debating whether I was going to say that on the air or not, and I was like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen?
It's fine. You can just blame us. It's my fault.
Yeah, look, this is your podcast. Marvel Yap has to bear responsibility for this. Okay. I had another. So we can tell that Silver Surfer First Steps is so interesting that this is the fucking tangent we went on. Let's talk about a card I'm actually interested in, despite it breaking the game. It is Stardust, who is out. Ongoing cards can't be added to locations by playing or moving them. Mr. King?
I have not done any testing with this card, but this is just a genuinely good tech card. It stands as actually favorite card of the season. And he was forced against his will to actually play with this card, if you guys did not know. But I think it's good card, good tech for its reason. I think it's maybe a little late into when it should have came out, kind of like when Mercury with Sam Wilson was a little bit late, but like it's still going to perform well in general because this ability is just a really good ability. It's a toxic ability, but good card. Nothing flashy at all about this card whatsoever, but good stat line, and the ability is a good counter to at least half the stuff in the game.
That's
Yeah, I don't like it as a card. I get why it's supposed to exist. I get why it's supposed to exist. It's probably a good thing that it does exist. Marvel Snap's, forever changed now the fact that this does exist. I just don't like it because it does shut down so much stuff in the similar way that I don't enjoy, I don't know, just Mobius or whatever, also hitting all the littler things. I like that it keeps like bigger decks like Mr. Negative and stuff in Trek, but at the same time, it's also, is what it is there.
I am shouting out Swedish Ninja. Thank you for the raid very much. In the meantime, this card is kind of awesome. I completely disagree with Dons. I think it's great that this exists in the game. Right now, Cougar is crushing with the Hella list. Tucker is crushing with an Agatha list. We've got all this random bullshit that there's no answer for a month ago. Nimrod was all over the damn place. And there was nothing you can do about it, right? Like, you can play other combo decks when combos became heavy. And, you could not just do anything mid-range. You couldn't play, good, clean Marvel Snap against them. And Stardust says you can. Should the card be a 4/7? No. That's a joke. right? That's push to sell units. 4/7 as a tech card is way, way, way too much. I think what they did was they didn't want to release yet another 3-drop tech card. Because like half the tech cards in the game are 3s. So they were like,
Oh
all
my
right, well,
God.
if we're going to make it a 4, we have to push it because like Shang-Chi and Enchantress are 4s. So like we got to make it have real stats. And so we ended up with a 4/7, which is probably too much. But I think this needs to exist. Our friend Sweetest Ninja is crushing with it. That'll be in tomorrow's video. Yesterday, as of this podcast is released, tomorrow, as of this podcast recording. Thank you for sending me that deck, Ninja. Our friend Safety is crushing with it. I have quite a few people that are really, really good at Marvel Snap and really particularly good at mid-range Marvel Snap who are having a lot of success with this because it forces people to beat them fairly, right? Like those games you lose, would feel real good if it were a 3, but it's not. Turning off the GameStop trade. What's the GameStop trade? X-Mansion. Right? Turn off GameStop trade. Just say no, thank you. That doesn't exist, right? Like, I was able to turn off the turn 5 pull a card from your hand location. That's
Okay.
like
Grand
that
Central?
thing.
Yeah.
Grand Central. Grand Central ruins my shit half the time. Where I'm like, you've got 4 cards to pull that are fine, and then you've got this one that's going to immediately end the game for me. And Grand Central's like, yeah, hold my beer. Stardust says that's not a problem. Like, I don't have to worry about that level of variance. I don't have to worry about that bullshit. And I love that for it. I semi-like that it's not a 3, so it doesn't get rid of all the, like, locations. Like, right? Like, it's not going to stop a Monster Island anymore. Unless something
I wonder if
changes
that's
into
part
it.
of it.
It does. It'll stop. Oh, that's why it's a 4? Yeah, I could see that.
No, I wonder if
It
that's why
definitely-
it's a 4, because they wanted the locations to all matter first, typically.
It's entirely
I like
possible.
that, actually.
Does Zabu Surge, you know?
Yeah, Zabu Surge.
It's still too late. Yeah.
Just a bit.
Either way, I'm a Stardust fan. Even if it's not a card I especially expect to run a lot, I think I'm happy that it's here. I also just like really hate losing to hella bullshit.
That's fair.
Although, like the decks that run this are very prone to being gambited.
You're getting hit by because you're not playing a lot of cards each turn. Yeah.
Because this is your
Has
one
anyone
play on
messed-
4, and 4 is generally when you're playing 2 cards for the first time.
Yeah.
Has anyone messed with the with this card in Mysterio now? Because they pushed out a patch last night, I think is what it was, according to when this was recorded. They had said that it stops the game from crashing.
I don't
They
know.
said server hotfix has been deployed to prevent a quote snap issue due to a Stardust and Mysterio interaction, which I did deal with, which just basically deleted the game. And I was making a joke before this hotfix came out where I was like, hey, just put Stardust and Mysterio in your Golden Gauntlet decks, and if you're going to lose, just play your Mysterio, and then the game gets reset.
That's would get you banned almost immediately.
Yes, because it's a game-breaking bug.
That's why I said it was a joke. I did say I was making the joke.
You should do that. Immediately get banned, and then you can go hang out with your family. It'd be just be like, hey,
hey,
great
Birdie, can we get on
content.
that?
You can make a video of that. You can make a video about that. That would blow up. Marvel Snap banned me, and it was unfair.
Marvel Snap banned me for playing their game as is. Sorry, I don't conform to Second Dinner's norms.
More like Angel Dust. In the meantime, this card is really good, and I think that a lot of people are going to wish they bought it. I don't think it's necessarily worth buying now, but I think a lot of people are going to want to own this card. A meta is like, we're going to talk about a card where it's just like, if you have Stardust, you have to feel much better right now against a lot of matchups. Let's see if that card is actually next. Yeah, it is next. Look at me. I planned something, and now it happened. That doesn't always work. All right. Redshift. Tucker, read about your card.
Redshift is a 2-cost, 3-powered card, Series 4. On reveal, discard the leftmost card in your hand to add a random card with the same cost to your hand. Which Glazer, means... what are your thoughts on this card?
Oh my God! I'm such a good.
You can't do that, Tim.
This card's fucking awesome. This is the best card that released this week. Period. Right? Like this, as a Series 4 card, is a completely ridiculous Series 4 card. I'm so happy they didn't put it into limited time mode so people can just get the damn card. If you can't get the card, you probably should. It's got a ridiculous number of good homes. I'm starting to see it in classic discard. It's really good there. It's really good in Khonshu all of a sudden, right? Like discard Khonshu and get a 6-drop and get Khonshu back. It's really good with I bet you it's good in Bullseye because nothing feels worse than you have Blade and Swarm is sitting in that left spot, right? Like, and there's nothing you can do about that. Like, I think this is just a genuinely real card, like a very seriously real card in Marvel Snap. That's going to go in almost every discard list because it's like discard draw card, right? Discard draw card is a very powerful place to exist.
This
Tucker,
is
come
a
on, this
new
is your
discard
turn.
staple.
No, this is Dance. Dance, you're next.
So you gotta introduce it, Tuck. Come on.
This is definitively a new discard staple. I mean, the fact that you now have the ability to fix that leftmost card that's getting stuck there that whole time is just awesome. And the fact that I think Glazer, you're right there about it being really solid in the Bullseye deck, due to the fact that it also has that synergy with Collector just naturally, due to the fact that you can discard a card that's going to be getting benefits, as well as adding another card to your hand. The only issue I currently take with this card is the fact that it's currently bugged right now, that it works like a lowercase c and not an uppercase c.
Yes. That's my only gripe too, but it's good. Another good 2-3. What are we surprised? 2-3 good.
You know what this should have been? You know what this should have been? Season pass it.
Ooh, bro,
you know what?
An amazing season pass.
Oh, I think that the Series 4 cards this season are incredibly so much more interesting than just everything else probably that is, I think, coming out this month.
I'm going to tell you a secret. I think every card this month is great. Every single one except Galactus and for Surfer are absolutely great. Like, the cards that they're trying to charge money for are trash, and I think every other card is great. Like, spoiler alert for the rest of this podcast, I guess. Turn it off. But
the reason being is just because they've heard everyone calling them greedy. So they were just like, no, listen, see, we really don't want money. Here's your trash, and you have to pay money for it.
Well, but like the real thing is, my cat just turned up behind me and scared the crap out of me. The thing is, like, they will make more money by releasing good spotlight cards than just releasing good season pass cards over and over again.
Yep.
As weird as that sounds, right? Like, because if people have to spend 8 bajillion tokens to get every card this month rather than skipping a couple, that ends up making them more money in the long run than the $10 they get immediately. But I genuinely think, like, every card this month is wildly good, at least in certain circumstances. Redshift is arguably going to, like, it wouldn't shock me if Redshift ends up the best card of the month literally because it's a 2-3.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think it depends on really what some of these other cards, because like it kind of feels like a tech month. Like, and I think it really depends on what happens with one of the later cards and where the meta's at, depending on what happens with OTAs and stuff. Granted, the card I'm referring to is pretty expensive, which kind of does like offset that. But it just really depends on what happens there. I love this card personally, though. I wasn't going to play Agatha with this. I was like, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to make my own Black Knight list, and I made a Victoria Hand Black Knight list, and it plays really, really well. And then I've been getting hindered on my climb, so I went to Agatha, and I replaced the Infinity Ultron with Lady Deathstrike, and it feels even better with Lady Deathstrike instead of Infinity Ultron.
Not running a bad card is good.
Yeah, that's true. Not running a bad card is good, and a card that can just kind of nuke a lot of these other cards that people aren't playing as much right now, and I'm seeing more junk, and I think Lady Deathstrike helps also into that because people are playing junk to be able to offset all of this Invisible Woman stuff.
Time out. Only Tux is seeing more junk. That's the tagline.
Sorry. No, wait, hold up. Let him cook. Let him cook. I like where he's going with this.
But yes, this is probably going to be easily my favorite card of the season. I know when Dan's not ranking this, I was like, yeah, I love this card. I would put it number one in my heart, but I don't think it's going to be like the number one card this season.
Mm-hmm. He's a lot of fun.
I just think 2/3s are broken. I don't know how else to put it. I just think, like, if you can play a powerful effect early, right? Like, you end up so far ahead in Marvel Snap. And somehow, like, they've got to be running. I hope they're running out of design space for powerful 2s. Right? Like, I thought we might be running short when they were like, Surge, and now Mr. Fantastic. Wait, did he DM you or?
No, you froze and like disappeared for half a second, and they came.
And then you weren't speaking. We couldn't hear any of the words you just said. So Tucker and I were both very casually like, "Yes, I agree."
Well,
that
then,
whole
fuck it.
time.
Let's just get to the next card. Fuck you, like
Whatever. Hey, we fully endorse whatever you said. We both fully endorse it. No issues whatsoever. So it's fine.
2/3s are broken. Design space should be limited, but we're going to talk about a 2/3 again later. So instead, let's talk about Terrax the Tamer, the other Series 4 card that you can get for free this week. I mean, for tokens, but for not cash. 3/3 on reveal for each location. Shuffle a rock into the losing player's deck. Hi, Darkhawk. How you doing? Tucker.
Darkhawk.
This is Dark Side. Yeah, my buddy. Yeah, but
Who created Terrax? That's an interesting question.
I mean, do you got Terrax?
Was it Kirby?
I read on the internet that it was the same person who created Darkseid and Thanos.
So
now I have no proof of this whatsoever.
Right?
Cool.
Like Jack Kirby created Darkseid. That's not like a thing we don't know. Created by John Byrne and Marv Wolfman. So no such thing.
That's a weird way to pronounce John Kirby, but okay.
What?
Anywho, I feel like any character that looks like a rock is going to do something with rocks. Is kind of
is that it?
The thing
by the way,
came out. The thing just came out and does nothing with rocks.
Cannonball does for some reason, not the thing.
Yeah, they should change those two.
Cannonball. I mean, the thing does make a rock sound. It makes the big bonk kind of sounds like you're hitting a rock. First up, but anywho. This card, Darkhawk, like you said, like Darkhawk, they said we don't have really Darkhawk a lot in the meta right now, which it was coming back towards the end of last season. Actually, like people were climbing with it, but like you know what? Why not add even more Darkhawk to the meta? Because a Darkhawk meta is a very healthy meta, right? So that's pretty much what their thought process is. I think this is a genuinely good card. This isn't necessarily something you're playing out on Curve, but like this season is becoming a priority season. So they added just another priority card pretty much to help out with that. And I think I have no qualms with this card. I mean, except when I draw rocks, but I'm not seeing it as much as some of the other stuff because it's kind of flying under the radar. And I think this is going to be like a card that kind of sprouts back up even more like later in this month or even going into these next couple of seasons. Like it's a good card. If you want a card to also maybe just stash away or just test with, it'd be actually not a bad time to test with this card.
Dons, can I cut you off for a sec?
Because it's not anything.
Good. I just want to say something. You know why Regis is the biggest Marvel Snap creator?
What?
Because he'll release video titles like "This card rocks" or "It's still rock and roll to me," and the rest of us are like, "This card is great. This card is broken," and Regis is meanwhile having way too much fun for us. Just that's it. Go ahead, Dons.
Oh, that was well better than anything I was going to say. So, I think that this card is proof that in the next OTA we'll see Rock Slide go to 4/6. But in general, I think this card is completely fine. I don't know. It's just another cool and interesting card. And I think one thing Tuck said is a big thing I think they're trying to go for. And I really like it where they're just trying to say, because also like last year, I don't think we cared about the first few turns of Marvel Snap. Like we just kind of said it doesn't matter. The last few were the ones that mattered. But now that we've gotten cards like Iron Patriot, Galactus, and a lot of these other ones, these early turns matter a lot more, which is making the whole game matter a lot more. And I think it's a really good design space. I don't think even if the cards aren't amazing, like Galactus and Silver Surfer, they are creating more interesting gameplay inside of Marvel Snap. And so for that, I really love it.
Yeah, what you used to do early in the game on Marvel Snap was try and throw priority, right? Try and not be winning. And so, like, the change to that has been pretty good. I don't know. He's a 3/3, so, like, he does both things where, like, you use him to... You need to get prio and, like, play powerful cards to use him. But then you also need to, like... After you play him, you're losing prio. You're losing that power and that tempo that he's created. So you better hope your opponent draws some rocks. Still, Darkhawk has always been a really powerful card. And when Darkhawk is good, the game... Outside of the Arisham times... Outside of Matt, when Darkhawk is good, the game is usually healthy. And I like Terrax, and he looks awesome, Darkseid, like or not. And I'm just happy for this card's design. I think that it is a healthy place to be, and I like when they support old archetypes. Like, very simple. I'm very happy he's a 3/3. I think that is probably the right number. I think a 3/4 would be broken. Plus, more bald representation in Marvel Snap. It's needed.
Yes. Where's Professor X's first steps?
Ooh, he doesn't
I'm
get
ready
steps, sir. That was a really mean joke.
I saw what's it, Dark Phoenix? He definitely had some steps in that movie.
Why would you watch Dark Phoenix?
Oh, that's fair. No,
There's newer renditions where he's like wearing Cerebro like 24/7. He's like walking and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is. Gosh,
fair
it's fun.
enough.
They're going to do that, right? They're going to just put they're going to make eventually all the X-Men. They're just going to use Scott Summers and then they're also going to go with, I guess, Jean Grey is just Jean Grey. Doesn't Jean Grey have a different superhero name as well, though? Isn't it
Phoenix and Marvel Girl?
Marvel
they don't
Girl,
have to do that.
Thinking,
no, they're going to release an X-Men movie, and it'll be Professor X, like
X-Men movie title,
X-Men movie title, right?
God, I really wish these were their names instead. I wish it was Reed Richards, Ben Grimm, Johnny Storm, and Sue Storm instead of everything else. I really wish it was that.
Marvel's weird. I'm fine with Marvel doing weirdness.
Yeah, they do.
Plus, I love the Fantastic Four, and it's so nice to have them playable. Outside of Human Torch, who's always been kind of super playable.
True.
It's true.
And he's the worst of the new Fantastic Four, I think, fairly easily. Frankie.
The new ones?
Of the Fantastic Four First Steps. Torch First Steps is the worst of the 4 First Steps cards.
Yeah.
He's worse than Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. There's no real conversation to be had, right?
No, not there. I was thinking about Thing.
Yeah, Thing is better, I think. I like Thing First Steps a lot more than I thought. Thing First Steps is just really, really, really strong with Juggernaut, right? Because he's I think what we were doing wrong when we sort of valued him was we were trying to make him be Cannonball or Legion, when instead he's Professor X. His job is to guarantee you a lane. He wins you and guarantees you a lane, while then your job is to try and figure out how to win another. Versus the Cannonball was the win you another. He's the win you the lane. I'm okay with that. I think it works out well.
What do you think of that?
I spend way too much time in my life mentally thinking about the stat lines of 2 3s and 5 drops. I have a million weird theories in my head about those in Marvel Snap instead of just real life things. I'm like, how do 5 drops work in Marvel Snap, and what do they do that makes them effective or not? And what does the 2 3 stat line mean in a philosophical sense is real questions I've thought in my life.
Sir, I asked if you wanted a refill on your soda.
I don't. I've had too much caffeine. And there's rum at the bottom, clearly. All right, Frankie Raye, who for some reason we can see way too much of her butt. Have you noticed that her butt is just peeking above her name? It's really, really awkward art.
They did that on purpose.
I mean, the artist definitely did. The artist was wait, you can't just...
They asked me to model for it, and I thought it was a good pose.
Hey, I mean, it's not. Because that's definitely not how human beings stand. I'm gonna need you to take a picture of yourself in that pose, because I honestly don't think you could do that.
Only dance?
Only dance.
I mean, only not dance.
Not only dance.
Not only dance. This is confusing. We haven't even talked about the card is.
What do you think about the card dance?
Well, for what it's worth, it's coming out on the 12th for a Series 5 card. Frankie Raye Nova, in case anyone who's audio only has no idea what we're talking about. It says, after the next time you play a 6-cost card, double this card's power. Now, while I don't think this is going to be an amazing card, and maybe I'm pros are wrong, or maybe I'm different than pro opinion there. I like it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I've got places I definitely want to use this in. Again, don't know if it's going to be busted, but I really like where it can go. Glazer.
When you buff it and then you play a 6-drop, it's really good. You played a 2/10. You generally want to play cards that cost 2 and give you 10 power. That's a good thing to do. There's plenty of easy ways to buff it that are sort of incidental and make this a really good card. People are going to sleep on it, and it's just solid, right? It's in your hand and you play a Gwenpool and it gets 1 hit and it's a 10. There was a 3 buff that now escapes me that I had in my head for this that was really easy, but Fantastic First Steps is a nice easy 2 buff. What was the 3 buff?
This is why Agony got buffed.
Oh, Agony. Thank you. Agony's the card I was thinking of, right? You just drop this, you drop Agony, you drop it on this, and now you've got a 2/12. Whenever you play your She-Hulk or Sasquatch or whatever. This card's going to be great. Genuinely great. Not sarcastic. Again, what I was trying to say last time, I lost my audio during talking about 2/3s, is I keep expecting them to run out of design space for 2/3s because they released Surge and then they released Mr. Fantastic First Steps. And I was like, oh, you're out of ideas. Thank God. We'll stop getting these just insane 2-drops. Like, no. We've got so many more 2-drops. Just wait for it. 2-drops remain the most important thing to have and do in Marvel Snap. 2/3 remains somehow the premium stat line any card could have. And Frankie Raye Nova is going to be really good in 1 to 2 decks. But in 1 to 2 decks, she is going to be really good.
Yeah, the surprise umph you can kind of get, maybe not necessarily surprise umph, but like I'm thinking of even like a She-Hulk kind of situation. It only procs one time, of course, but like in some of those She-Hulk decks, like I go back to like Surtur Slam, like you're doing Surtur, of course, to get like a big Surtur with She-Hulk stuff, but like you can kind of get this in such a way where it's like, okay, well, you only have to play 1 6-drop. Like you don't have to play multiple really to get like crazy value. And of course, it only works with 1 6-drop. But like you said, like a 2/10 seems pretty good. Even 2/8 if you only get it plus 1 power. Pretty good stat line. Its downside is
Gladiator.
You had to play a 6-drop. Yeah, like literally a Gladiator. And I don't know. I think this card's got legs. I'm interested to see like what you're saying.
Why do you hate
Glazer,
Professor X so much? Sorry.
I was just see what two to 3 decks like this card does well in, because it'll be like a nice, not like something like, well, it's only card number 13 or 14. Like I think this can be a definitively like in a select 12 and perform well.
I mean,
I'm going to give you a hot take for the best. I think the best 6-drop for this is going to be Zola, because then you get 2. Then you get 2 of them if you've buffed it up multiple times.
I could do that. I don't know what the timing of that. Yeah, it should happen. That should work fine.
It would. I think it would, because I've ran a deck that uses Zola that tried to benefit off of the 2x Nico mode in the past, and I know for a fact that I was talking about that earlier on stream, and I was like, this card is one that I'm going to be putting into that deck, and I'm stoked for, because I felt like it's needed a single piece for a bit, and if it can happen, it just means that you can also throw, like, for what it's worth, another card we have instead of Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah, just the Phoenix Force interaction too, like the way Nico procs like that. Yeah.
Yep. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of fun.
So, like, I'm going to Sasquatch Mockingbird, because if I run Mr. Fantastic, Agony, and Gwenpool, right? Like, that's plenty of buffs. All those cards love Mysterio. Mysterio loves Sasquatch and Mockingbird. Frankie Raye loves all those buffs. Everything works together, and I'm happy. It's going to be good.
I like that.
Like, there's almost no way it's not good. And, like, this is
fun.
Probably, like, outside of the 2 bad cards at the first week, the weakest of the cards. I just think this month is that good.
Yeah.
I think this is, like, yeah. Like, this is better than, this is probably better than Rock Slide, right? Like, it's close. Not Rock Slide. Terrax. The Rock Slide that they changed Rock Slide to a 4-drop to make.
Yeah, this isn't reliant on your... Like, Terrax is still reliant on what your opponent plays. This is reliant on just what you play.
Agreed. All right. Frankie Raye Nova and her weird stance. Next up, we've got the Fallen One. 5/5. 6,000 tokens. Comes out 8/19. On reveal, set your max energy equal to this card's power. What do we do with this?
Win.
Let's go. This guy. This card is the most busted card, and it's going to be the most busted card in Marvel Snap. I love the fact that we said the exact same thing. That's amazing.
What's the deck? How do you win?
Shuri, Symbiote Spider-Man. You play if you play Shuri onto this, and then next turn you get to go Black Panther, Zola in any other lane.
Tucker?
Yeah, you just double this card's power, give it a little extra power. Having more energy than your opponent is normally really good.
Really?
Normally, like if you get White Hot Room and your opponent doesn't get White Hot Room, more often than not, you're going to win those games. But you have to, of course, build around it, and you're building pretty greedy decks. Even if you ramp this out early, like with a Luna Snow, or with a wave, you do end up having 1 extra energy than your opponent. And, an Airshim, you have 1 extra energy than your opponent, but you also have a random Hogwash also potentially in your deck, whereas you're building around this to have the extra energy. How Wiccan is very successful as well, because you're building to have the excess energy. So I think this is good card.
Yeah, like you said, and also I think Glazer was mentioning earlier, just, all right, what if I just put in Mr. Fantastic? What if I've got Gwenpool? What if, like, any other card that's just reasonable in terms of stat line just goes in the deck?
Mhm.
This is just insane profit. I don't know. This is the one that, out of every single card this month, even Stardust, this seems the most pushed.
So I think it has fewer homes than we think, because just hitting it with a Galactus or Gwenpool isn't worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze, really, right? Like, one extra energy is nice, but you have to take off your whole turn 5 to do it.
It'd be 2 extra energy, right?
If you play it on turn 5, you have
You're
7
talking about like with
energy.
Galactus and Gwenpool, like what you're saying.
Yeah, with Galactus and Gwenpool, you'd have 1 extra energy. You would have 7 energy on turn. How would you have 2?
Because you would go on turn 5 to max energy, and then on turn 6 you get +1 more.
You have
so
to
it'd be
play him on turn 5.
Yep. So you'd have 7 max energy on turn 5.
Yeah, but you have to. When are you playing the Fallen one?
On turn 5, when you have 7 max energy, then the next turn you have 8.
But you don't get. You would get the energy immediately, but you can't do anything with it on turn 5 because you have to play him first. He has to reveal and trigger.
Oh yeah. No, but I was
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you were saying something different there. Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Yeah. So what I want to do with him, like turn 5, you build a deck with Shuri and Symbiote Spider-Man, right? And I think your backup plan, you just run Sarah in that deck, and then you just say, I'm going to hit something that makes my last turn stupid. The other thing you can do is you can go a pure full buff deck where you run like Nakia and Okoye, and like 2 weeks after this, Vision, and like just every buff card, and just be like, all right, so on turn 5, I'm going to play this. It's going to be like a 5/9, 5/10.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do like, that's just like a matter of course for playing. I run Fastos, everything, right? Like Mr. Fantastic First Step, Surge, all of it. And you're just saying, when I see this, I'm going to have stupid energy and snap. Great. That seems like a doable thing. And then the other thing to do that no one's talking about is Cerebro 5. Because single Cerebro makes this a 5/8. Because it's a non-reveal. And now I have 8 energy in a Cerebro deck on the last turn.
You'd have 9 energy on the last turn, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if he unreveals at 8, you get also the +1 on turn 6, so you'd go to 9 energy.
Right. Oh yeah.
So you could go Doom and Miss Marvel if you want to.
Yep. All sorts of crazy bullshit.
That's a lot. That's a really good shout actually for a deck.
So like those 3 homes, this card, it's hard for me to imagine this card not being great. To the point where like this becomes a 5/4, and then I think it's not very good. But as a 5/5, I think this is basically guaranteed to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is one of the cards that feels like it most wants to be like, all right, we're about like, you can probably this with like a half point of power.
Yeah. Agreed. Like I think it's actually terrible as a 5/4 because like then Symbiote Spider-Man is good, but Shuri's not really that great anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Shuri's still pretty.
Do you make
good.
it? Do you make it so? Would it fix so on reveal next turn? Set your max energy to this card's power. Would that make it cleaner? Slightly less busted?
See that? I could see that.
Yeah.
I think they would do that before 5/4. Like I think, like you said, 5/4 kind of just nukes this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, whatever. We're worried about nerfing it already. That means it's probably going to be pretty good. So like, but again, y'all, Firehair was a few months ago, right? Like we miss sometimes. Maybe this is terrible. Derek thinks this is going to be too much of a tempo loss.
I wasn't on the podcast then. I didn't miss.
So you would have thought Firehair was bad. Okay, so I actually my original read of Firehair was she was bad, and then everyone was like, she does this, and I was like, oh, she's probably great, and then she ended up being bad, and I was like, I was right, but because I didn't understand the card properly at first. So and now Firehair is actually pretty damn good. She's really good.
I love the bad cards.
Yep.
The bad cards in Marvel Snap are my favorite consistently.
Well, I don't think you're gonna like the Fallen one very much then.
I really don't like the next one coming. Card. Yeah, I don't like the Fallen one at all. Nope, atrocious.
So what he does also read is if the way to play him is Shuri and Symbiote Spider-Man is he reads play Cosmo.
Mm-hmm. Cosmo,
right? Like, 'cause that's a really easy Cosmo lane.
And the next card.
Yeah. Well, the next card won't stop Shuri.
It won't stop Shuri, but it'll stop Symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you
So you say
priority.
Soul Red Guardian at that point too, right?
Yeah.
Soul Red Guardian. So like there's going to be answers. This isn't like unbeatable. That's why I like the Cerebro so much, right? All I have to have done is played Cerebro earlier. And then I've got like a bajillion energy and I'm pretty damn
You can play
happy.
wherever you want to.
Yep. But like also I just like the regular buff. Like I don't have to do anything fancy. I play Nakia, I play Okoye, I play Fantastic. Like then eventually I drop him and I just have an explosive last turn, even if it's like 7 energy at that point. I don't need that much more energy for that deck to really take off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think it would be with power. What do you think what do you think your turn 6 looks like in a deck where you're trying to do all the buff cards plus Fallen One? Because I think that's the difficult thing with him, where you want to have the pieces to build him up, but you also need to have your next turn, like you have to have enough stuff to be able to play on your following turn.
Some combination of Shaw, Brood, Sinister, and because I have the extra energy, I should be able to fill locations. So now I want to consider Carter too.
That's interesting. That one.
Like that's where I'm running for this. All right, let us go on from Fallen One to Cosmic Ghost Rider. This one comes out on my birthday, so I automatically like it, even though I think it's really bad for the game. 5/7 on reveal. Remove the text from the front row enemy cards here.
So it looks like, I mean, the ability is a strong ability. It's a 5 cost, which 5 costs are a little, like we just talked about a 5 cost, but like in general 5 costs are a little. I'm committing my entire turn 5 to this, so they better have some really crazy stuff here in the front row, which, like, if you're looking at the meta right now, this hits a Sue, or something of that nature that's really good. Hits a Carter, hits a Symbiote Spider-Man, hits a Wong, hits an Iron Man. Like, there's a lot of really good, like, cards that this hits and really can just win you the game and make this a potential snap condition, which is why I understand the warranty for it to be a 5 cost, because it can be a potential win now card. I'm just interested to see if in some of these matchups where the meta's at, if it's a little too late. But I think the ability is strong, and I think the stats are pretty good. 5/7 is pretty good. It's not, the premium 5/8. But I think this is going to be a pretty good card.
Duncy?
I think this is the best. This card might be fighting for Storm and Magic to take the best variants in the game. But secondarily, I also think that I actually think this is a card that's going to be really just good inside of Agatha decks, which is a weirder shout, but I feel like it likes that. I think those decks typically like a 5 cost tech card that can typically matter. Black Bolt, Legion, even just like a Claw, something else that's going to matter there. And I think this is the card, even more so than Redshift, is the one that I really want to mess with in sort of an Agatha style list.
Birthday boy.
My dog is here. And it will be your birthday, so we can, if you'd like to, we can sing it early if you'd prefer.
Well, you'll be out the week after that because that's the new season. So, like, don't stress it. We can do it then.
Oh, apparently I've learned I'm invited back.
Oh, you're not. Yes. Sorry. My bad.
Urban, they don't love us, Urban. Urban, we have to leave. We have
the
to go
dog
now.
is invited back. Sorry, there was just a dog and I was very distracted. So, no. Look, if this was out right now, the meta would be wildly different, right? Like, this absolutely eats Invisible Woman and Victoria Hand. Like, eats them alive in very, very interesting and powerful ways. It wrecks Carter. It wrecks Iron Man. It's just one of the stronger cards around. If you're playing, like, a null style deck, saying, like, no thank you, being able to say no, even on turn 5 to, like, their Deadpool style lane is pretty solid, right? Like, oops, their Deadpool is now not going to return to hand, that kind of thing. This card is... a lot of people think this isn't going to be very good because it's a 5/7. I'm pretty sure it's a 5/7 because it's very good.
Yeah. Where all the 5/6s go? Now we're only 5/7 and up. Power creep is a thing.
Well,
I don't even think that's power creep. I think that's them saying, they've said it many a times, where it's just like, hey, we don't, like, 5 costs suck, and we need to figure out how we can use them and how they can actually make sense in the game. And this is them just saying, all right, well, what if when we release a card and we think it should have X power, it has X plus 1? And maybe that puts 5 costs into a better spot, because in one hand, it's like typically your turn 5 is like, all right, I'm about to set up for the final turn of the game, or I'm going to be like, yes, this is going to be like this is part of my big plan. But if you're making it just a tech card, it has to be an impactful tech card.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe this is going to be enough for that.
This is the super tech god of cards, of tech cards.
So true. I was going to make a joke, but then I realized the joke I was going to make wasn't going to be relevant to anyone who wasn't here before this.
Fair, whatever. Make it anyway. This podcast is for us, baby. Other people just get to listen.
Hey, I don't remember the joke now. I've forgotten it already. Sorry.
Womp, womp.
It's even better.
Yeah. Like, this card strikes me as a very serious thing in a very serious way. There's certain cards that Marvel Snap exists before and after. I think this is a before and after Marvel Snap card. Where think about it, like Arishem, right? Like, there's Marvel Snap before Arishem and after Arishem. Where like the meta fundamentally changed, things fundamentally shift. Same thing seems to be true of Invisible Woman. There's stuff before and after Invisible Woman. Where like Invisible Woman fundamentally creates a new archetype that changes the way things we have to consider in our deck building and all of our decisions in Marvel Snap. Yeah, I think Cosmic Ghost Rider is one of those in like a real way. I don't think Fallen One even necessarily is as good as he is. I don't think he's a before and after card. I think Cosmic Ghost Rider is. I thought Stardust might be, but she's just not going to see enough play until she's necessary.
Mm-hmm. I think that's fair.
We got 2 more cards to talk about because Marvel Snap is just like spend money or fucking fall behind. It's what they're doing. An Airwalker. Airwalker walks on the air. He is a 3/3 high voltage card, seemingly. Comes out also, I think that's actually 8/21. I didn't know the date when I made the original slide. When this card is destroyed, replace it with the 4-cost card from your hand or deck.
Most people have it unlocked at 26. It helps.
That's true. Unlock it on my birthday.
What do you think, Dance, about this card?
Oh, I
just such a good.
I will just say this is just one of my favorite Morgan Le Fay cards. Like, there's a card that's coming out roughly the same time as this one, if not just the same. It's going to have direct synergy. However, I think this is just a way that Morgan Le Fay is just going to be probably really insane. This feels. I can run my Angel Morgan Le Fay deck, and I'm going to be so happy. And then my opponent is, as soon as I'm about to destroy Airwalker, their Stardust is going to get revealed, and I'm going to cry.
I don't want to think about that, so I'm not going to.
That's fair. That's the preferred way. That's the preferred option. I don't like this. I refuse to think further on it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. Like, I haven't played any Morgan Le Fay. I know Zaid was talking about this as well, like, because he's plays a lot of Morgan Le Fay now, too. He said he's Morgan Le Fay main instead of Sauron main.
He's full of shit, but yeah. He lies. If you don't know Zenaid well, just know that Zenaid lies.
Yeah.
You're like, Papa, you lie.
But yeah, I'm interested. Like, it's targeted deck thinning, hand thinning, which is cool. Of course, you do have to destroy this, but it's like, so you have a card like this, and like, Morgan Le Fay can like, revive this card and stuff, and then you look at like Sabretooth, and you're like, yeah, I mean, with Sabretooth, I destroy this card, and he's 0 and stuff. I mean, they're different. It's like apples to oranges, of course. But like, I think this card like unlocks a lot of just cool potential deck building, which I'm very excited for, opposed to just being I just plug this in destroy, and I destroy it, and things happen. Like, I'm interested to see like what people actually like cook together for this card, because it feels like it's a fun card to kind of just like mess around with.
You want to know one card that no one is going to talk about with this because it's not coming out for 2 months, according to data mines?
Yes.
Zombie Captain Marvel.
I don't know what that does. I was literally in the air when that patch came out, and I did not review those cards.
I definitely remember looking at it. I believe. Pull it up here.
It's going to be great together. I don't know why though.
It's I think on reveal. It gets plus
4/4.
It's activate 4/4. Destroy all other cards here. Get +2 for each card destroyed, and
plus
then
3.
move to +3 for each card destroyed, and then move to a location you're losing.
That seems pretty good.
You destroy Airwalker, and then you get a free. Imagine similar to a Carnage, but you just get to make sure that it happens when you want it to happen. And the best part, like Tuck said in the last sentence, you just it moves on its own to a location that you're currently losing. Very fun card.
Yeah, this also seems just reasonable if Phoenix Force is your only 4, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you might whiff, right? But like you take those 50-50s and you just sometimes you get Phoenix Force and you get to auto win.
Oh my
Sometimes
gosh.
you don't. You just run
Is it
for
a Phoenix
Mhm.
Force? Is that what is behind it? The Phoenix
one.
Force?
No. Airwalker's a totally different card. No.
I knew that.
Airwalker is Galactus's favorite herald ever, to the point where when he dies, this is full credit, by the way, to Scott Denham of SnapFan for this. He
Hmm.
released a really, really cool thread about this. So check out his Twitter if you haven't, because it's on his Twitter. It's Go Denham, like denim jeans. So Airwalker is Galactus's favorite herald, and then he dies, and Galactus loves him so much that he keeps making Airwalker robots so that he can keep having him as his friend. So that's why he's destroying himself and replacing himself with the 4-drop. The 4-drop that's actually searching for him is his best friend from his mortal days, and that's the next card we're going to talk about.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard that the lore between this card and I don't remember the name of the next card.
Me neither. That's why I didn't say it yet.
Fire
Yeah,
Lord.
it's very. Oh, cool. Fire Lord, apparently. Actually, you know what? That is correct. Yeah. But the lore is like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, this makes a lot of sense if you know the lore. I'm like, sick.
So what is it? Yeah, Scott released a thread, and now I know the lore
That's
too.
awesome.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, this one's really cool. I like this.
This is where you're
design
putting
a lot.
the more you know thing, right? Over the thing. The more you know. Da, 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 you know?
So the last card we're going to talk about today, sort of, is Firelord. Before we say anything else, Firelord was my favorite herald as a kid. I don't think I ever read a comic with him in it, but I loved his design. Like, he's like Human Torch with a baton and spiky hair, and I was all about that life as a kid. So he is Phoenix Force. He is a 4/6. Revive one of your discarded or destroyed 3-cost cards here. Specifically, he is bringing back a 3. So you could bring back the previous card immediately, but I don't know why the hell you would want to do that, especially, right? Like, so what 3s do you want to bring back is the question. And I'm going to toss that question to Tucker.
Cassandra Nova, Sage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you're destroying Surfer, you could bring Surfer back. But yeah, I think this card's also like it's good. It's cool, like in concept and everything too, and it's also works for discarded cards. So like you could play this in just discard Surfer, and you could throw Gambit out whenever you want, kind of thing. If you have this,
No, that's cool.
Like you kind of can just like mess around with that, and then this survives it as an honor reveal. It doesn't go back into your hand like with Morgan Le Fay, so it automatically goes on the board. Of course, like Stardust exists. But like this is just going to be cool. It's a targeted, revive into that same exact location. So it's not like, oh well, I revived it and it's like back to this hand, and like with Hellet, I revived it goes to a random location. It's a targeted location. It's a targeted card. It's going to be cool. I think with the Fire Hair stuff too, like Fire Hair, Fire Lord can go hand in hand. Like you have that Cassandra Nova, Phoenix Force style list and everything too, where this is another alternate. And then you also maybe even have Elixir as like a back end. Like there's a bunch of like different ways. Even like Venom, you can destroy like your Venom and stuff and get Venom back.
That's what I was
with
thinking.
this too, which would be cool.
Yeah, I think those are the two biggest places, right? It's going to be. I think Venom just being able to try to go for a way to do classic destroy, but you can now revive more things with Elixir, Firelord, etc. But also Fire Hair, just absolute value here with Firelord. Like you said, with what is it? You have Sage. I think Sage and Cassandra Nova, two of the bigger ones there, and you also get to do some fun stuff with whenever you destroy Firelord, also then re-triggering Fire Hair.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too. I'm playing this with Elixir and Phoenix Force, and I'm just going to say I now have 3 ways to do the thing I want to do. With it's not going to work with the because those decks also often run Black Panther, so it won't get me my Black Panther. But that actually often ends up good because it lets me know where I'm bringing back what based on the order I do things. So it's pretty strong. I'm about this.
That's what's I'm annoyed by with this is maybe a random tangent, but it still isn't fixed as of a few days ago, I believe. But with Morgan Le Fay, if you were to revive Sebastian Shaw with her, he doesn't get the additional power from his ability.
Oh, that almost makes sense.
And he says wherever he is, so it should.
Does he?
Work.
I thought he said. Okay. Yeah, then it
Yeah.
definitely should work. Fix it. Fix Shaw. Shaw needs all the power he can get.
Honestly, yeah. You know what? Remember when I said the other thing was my line? That was it. That was my line right there. Shaw doesn't work with Morgan Le Fay.
It's a little sad. I would have never run those two cards together because that doesn't seem good in any way, shape, or form.
That's why no one. It's the same reason that no one noticed that the thing was busted in High Evo and didn't have its base power for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
same reason. No one noticed because no one plays.
0 people played that thing, and it was like, huh. Thanks for fixing it. Glenn noticed somehow.
I love that. He made that change. Heard nothing about it for 2 dang weeks. It's a great card. The thing base, so cool.
Yeah, well, whatever. Now we don't need him because we have the Thing First Steps, who is for some reason really great. I totally missed on Thing First Steps. I thought he was going to be genuinely bad, but I don't think I'm missing on Fire Lord. I think he's good in exactly the deck we think he's good in. And his deck is good exactly as long as people aren't running Stardust.
Yep. Stardust week. Easy.
Cool. What? Yeah.
Doesn't
When
exist.
both of these come out, it's just like, all right. The problem is the other card is Cosmic Ghost Rider, so like you can Cosmic Ghost Rider on 5. I guess you can't Cosmic Ghost Rider on 5 because you gotta actually destroy stuff on 5, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. Ready?
But no, you have Fallen One. So with Fallen One, you have the extra energy to be able to do everything you want to do.
Oh, there you go. That's fine.
So you just immediately play Cosmic Ghost Rider and this, but then when is the destroy happening? I guess it doesn't matter. You just
It doesn't.
have, like,
so what
20
you do
energy.
is you play. What is it? You get Sakar as your first location on the board, and then Sakar pulls the Fallen One for you on turn 1. So on turn 2, you've got 6 energy.
This seems good. All right. Fallen One's gonna be good, y'all. Let's talk some more Fallen Snap
so
going forward.
Easiest
Let's
call
talk some more.
shot in the world.
I still think Cosmic Ghost Rider might be better.
We'll see. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It's gonna be something for sure. Like this.
I used fun very loosely.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I just think if we can manage to win Prio, Cosmo should do the thing for that matchup, right? Like, because they have to snap that.
What?
And if you have Cosmo, you can just farm them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, should Cosmo be an auto include for every deck? Probably not, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, tech card, plug and chug.
Baby, tech cards.
Yeah, I'm really happy they have a month that's like got 3 new tech cards in it. Because if there's one thing that's true about Marvel Snap is that tech cards just weren't good enough, and we needed more. Like no one plays them; they're just bad cards.
Yeah, it's really cool that thankfully last month there was just too many. Like we were building too many sandcastles. It really felt like. So thank God that they said, oh, you know what? For this month, we got you. Here's a bunch of tech cards, and also if you want people to not kick over your sandcastle, here's Galactus First Steps.
Exactly.
Zoom in on you for that. That was funny. Sorry.
Are you yawning?
Bro, it literally, it was extreme zoom in for that. I don't know why. It's really funny.
Auto
that
zoom,
was great.
Baby. That's so if anyone would like to be my tech guy, it comes with exactly no money, but it really appreciates some help. All right, we are done with this section. And we're going to talk about our variant of the week, which is Supergiant, which is another amazing way to counter the Fallen One, but it also wrecks Invisible Woman for steps and Victoria hand decks. So I felt like we had to talk about Supergiant. Before we talk about the variants of Supergiant, what do you think about the weird-ass Supergiant meta that seems to exist and is going to exist all month? I can take you through. It counters almost every card. Like, I'm not even kidding. It counters Ghost Rider a lot of the time. It counters the 2 cards that bring back cards really well, because it's really hard to destroy stuff on the right time with that. Like, it counters almost the whole month. It is Supergiant month like a motherfucker.
Stefan's gonna be very, very happy for the rest of the month.
Or sad, because like now he's not unique. He's not a butterfly anymore.
True.
Stefan's a moth, a dirty, dirty moth.
It's funny. I remember when they talked about how they when they first buffed Supergiant. I'm looking back at the notes here, where they were just like, "Yeah, what is it? They're like, we're just going to give some power to some of these cards that just have felt worse. Omega Red, Giganto. Here's just 2 power on Supergiant, and it's just really this one. This I think was the biggest change that they probably hadn't expected, but now at least
Mhm.
you don't feel embarrassed by making a turn be delayed, basically, which I think
it's
matters a lot.
Gives you priority pretty much. Like you just play in such a way because it's at 7 power now. Like it's the same thing we were talking about like with Stardust. Like Stardust is a 4/7 tech card. Like this just, and like you said, where the meta's at, especially right now, like there's just so many ways you can use this to your advantage, and you're already setting up for this. You may even not have your combo piece the right way, but you're going to offset what your opponent's combo is going to be, so you just throw it out.
Yeah, it's weird. I love it.
I called this one. I shouted out 18 times I was wrong this video, so I'm going to say I called this one. When they buff this, I was like, they're going to regret that shit. That's getting re-nerfed at some point. Like that one's going to break. Like Supergiant was limited in a way that was important by her stats. I mean, maybe we just want her to be a tech card in the way she is right now, right? Because the meta would be completely and utterly degenerate without her.
Mm-hmm.
But and especially like she just directly beats the Fallen One decks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also like the fact that.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I was interrupting you. Please.
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
No, you go ahead.
No. I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that she. I will not anymore. Now you go.
I'm gone.
Okay, cool. I just like the fact that she does. The fact that you don't need to just play her on turn 4 to counter some of the other decks. I think is a really interesting piece of her. I think that's one that I don't see enough people do. Which maybe that's just the people I watch, and I just need to watch more. But I like I do love the fact that you just by simply delaying a turn, or you get so much more happens with her, and she can be doing so many more interesting things. I still remember when this was first data mined as a 1/2 that affected the current turn and the next one.
That would have been the best card in the game.
No, the stupidest thing was 4/6 thing, but that would have been pretty stupid.
Ooh, clever. So I like that she's wearing a hoodie because I think hoodies are really classy.
I wasn't ready. You like her hoodie?
I do. A cloak.
Cloak.
I want to wear a cloak. What? I wish cloaks would come in. I wish cloaks would be fashionable. I want to wear cloaks.
I mean, why do you? I'm looking at your clothes. Why do you care if a cloak is fashionable or not? Just rock it.
Because it's awkward to sit in.
How do you know? You can sit in a cloak.
Yeah, but like it's awkward. But then what if I stand up, then I have to sit back down, and I'm a fidgety guy. So then if I move, then it's going to be problems.
What if you get like a really short cloak, like that's like a mini skirt cloak? Problem solved.
Isn't that a shawl?
How would I know? Sure.
I don't know what's in your closet. How would I know what's in your closet? How did you? Are you showing that? Is that the next thing is going to be what's in my closet? That's the next little topic on the screen here.
Closet judgments.
Closet review.
That also just sounds wrong. Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway, Supergiant's a fun card.
And let's talk the variants. You two both picked the same variant. What'd you pick?
The first Spotlight variant. In-Hyuk Lee.
Dude, we're In-Hyuk Lee massive stance. Oh my gosh, did you see Tuck, I was going to ask you about it. Did you see his he's doing casual covers for Marvel?
I've seen the casual stuff he's been posting on Twitter, like when they're all in their or more than the streetwear, like, or is it different?
It's like a whole. For one, there. I know that there's an album for that coming out later this month, but they're like Marvel Comics are doing like there's like 20 or more variant or covers that are just whatever character they are, but just in the casual clothes, whatever, and all of them are just drawn by In-Hyuk Lee, and oh my gosh, he just kills it every time.
Oh, I hate your variant choice. I just thought you should know. Do you want to know why I hate this card? Can you guess why I hate this card?
Is it the coochie patch?
Although that's not ideal. What color is her face?
Well, it might be.
What color is her face?
Blue.
What color is her belly?
Isn't that her suit? That just has
it is a suit.
Because she has a fucking belly button, so it's clearly not her suit.
Well, maybe it's clearly her belly. Super skin tight.
It's super. It's like one of those. It's a vacuum.
It's super skin tight.
Do you listen? How do you?
I hate
just
it.
Straight up.
Like, if you don't think it bothers me.
If you don't think it's skin tight, there's no way. Like that underboob doesn't happen unless it's skin tight.
It's true.
Sure, but that's a different piece of fabric, right? Like
that's not fabric. That's like metal.
Sure, it's a different piece of metal fabric. I don't know how people make costumes and
it's alien. Like, it's both.
Sure. So, but like her belly button is showing, and unless there's a reason for her alien shit to be belly button, she is a multicolored alien. Like none of this makes sense, and it breaks my like
It's kind of
brain.
showing in the other one
and
too.
and then
Mhm.
no, you can see her like what's the word? I don't know what the word for that would be. Like chest line weirdness, but that could be just like that looks to me like alien physiology bullshit because there's
No, I
just a
see
random
belly button.
fucking line. I see a random line that starts at her neck and goes all the way down, and it's very strange. Like, but like that's like not human anatomy in a way that makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
'Cause
hold
that's
on.
just weird
Wade
shit.
saying a thing in the chat. But like, what about the ab like superhero costumes? Like when they're like vacuum sealed on every single ab.
Yeah, that's a lame as shit too.
All right. I think it's a superhero costume.
like,
Those
abs at
costumes
least-
for Halloween.
Like abs pop out. If her belly button was an Audi, we could at least have a conversation, right? It's an innie.
Damn
You wanted
it!
to-
It's not an Audi belly button. It doesn't make sense. That's such a
Audi life, bro. Also,
personally a
she's
fan
got
of Lexuses.
she's got a weird metal pouch on her crotch for literally no reason. That does like what the
And there's
fuck is this?
There's a
costume?
reason. It's we'll talk about it off air.
I hate to tell you this, but there's not actually anything in that spot on women, right? Like, what? Whatever.
I mean,
I
like,
don't feel like arguing women for
Yeah.
physiology. I decided
it's
on
not
the
our,
Snap
not
Judge-
our place. Not our place.
As someone who definitely
There-
doesn't have anything that
Yeah.
might be in that spot, I've decided not to continue this
Mhm.
conversation. Also, this is a Marvel Snap podcast.
This is a Marvel Snap variant. Damn it, we're more on task than we've been for a lot of this episode with this conversation.
It's true. It's almost
I
like
picked,
Tuck and I like to yap.
Mhm.
I picked the really coolly colored one. It's by someone whose name I already forgot, but this is the variant I often use. I like the hip a lot, but the hip doesn't have cool colors. The hip is very, very white, and I really, 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 really enjoy this one. I really think the colors are cool. Plus, like weird pink energy, really cool sky background, glowy eyes. This one's like got
No
everything
belly
going for
button.
it. No belly button, but weird
True.
line that starts above her chest and goes down to her belly button that no human has ever had. I like it. I'm about this one.
That's why she's an alien. It's the chest
That's
line.
why she's an alien. It's the chest line. Yep. Chest lines equal aliens. All right. Enough of that. Why should we follow Tucker? Tucker, why should people follow you? And where should they follow you?
Well, you guys should follow me for high energy, good times, good vibes, and an always welcoming environment. Somewhere where you guys can talk freely with whatever you'd like, with a judge-free zone for the most part. Sometimes you just got to put people
You
in
just
place.
judged
but
me and told me to stop
that's-
talking about things. Literally,
I said sometimes you got to put people in their place, okay? So
That's why he's on your channel, not his. It's fine here.
I'm on your
Um,
podcast here. That's ridiculous.
But I go over each new card every single week, whether you guys should buy it or if you guys should not buy it, if whether it's going to be a buy or a bust, as well as talk about like key synergies, give you guys at least 3 unique decks for each of the cards as well. So if you want that type of content, as well as more off meta deck guides, I normally don't play meta. I might need to, of course, with Golden Gauntlet because if you want to win, sometimes you got to play meta. But off meta can beat meta. It just really depends what's going on. But yeah, I make a lot of Marvel Snap content, whether that is on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. I post some clips on TikTok sometimes under Tucker TUCCRR.
So when I was a kid, there was this like fairy tale called Jack and the Beanstalk, and at the top of the beanstalk lived this giant who was like just trying to eat these little boys. And I'm a little boy, and Tucker is a giant, so you should follow Tucker so he doesn't come down from his giant beanstalk and try and eat us. He'll grind your bones if you don't follow him. He'll gnash and grind your bones. Is that what you want? Is that what you want to happen to me? Do you want that to happen to your kids, to your friends' kids? You need to follow Tucker for the safety of us all. Thank
When
you.
you say grind, do you mean like grind on your just grind?
That's the only Tux again.
Sorry, God, I'm getting all this content confused. Weird that you didn't shout that one out.
All right. Wait, did I just say follow Tucker twice in a row instead of follow Dance? Sure did. Look
not
at
my
me.
No,
go,
that's fine. No. Y'all, if you weren't already following Tucker, you really should be. Listen, on Marvel, we don't actually shout ourselves out. We shout each other out. So I'll continue shouting Tucker out. All right, he's a great guy. Absolutely great content. Some really fire energy. If you would like to know what a real-life giant looks like, by the way, he's like 7 feet tall. Not even joking. Maybe I'm off by like 6 inches. How off am I?
He's 7'6" tall.
7'6" tall. Exactly. Definitely not the other way. He's really cool. He does great content as well. He does... He has me, by the way, youtube.com at notmyfance, as I am Tucker. You can tell who was the second in this episode.
I was literally asleep about 10 minutes before we started recording. Is what happened. I woke up and was like, I don't have show notes, and this better happen fast. I have Tucker's slide done already. All I have to do is copy and paste it from the 18 other times he's been on the podcast. And then I was like,
you couldn't copy and paste his for mine, though.
It was duplicate slide and edit, and then try to be awake. And then fail miserably.
Beyond the crap I'm giving, Pulse, it's not my dance. No caps, no. On Twitch, YouTube, wherever. It's not my fans. I don't know who not my fans is, but I've decided they are my arch nemesis. So yeah, if you enjoy my dumbness, I'm there, and I do.
A prime reason to follow Dance on everything. He is quick. He is witty. He is a freaking full-time yapper, and I mean, he does yapping, whether it is on snapping or whether it is he playing variety or doing his daily stuff. Definitely follow Dance if you guys just want a good time. Also, very high energy, really solid, bold takes, but good takes. And it's a really, really good guy. He's a great co-host of the Yap itself. So you guys definitely should be following Dance. This man needs to blow up because he deserves it.
Actually, legitimately shout-outing, not even my own stuff. I don't know if Glazer has it, but I'm going to say Marvel Yap is the podcast that Tuck and I do together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it? Is it a thing already?
No, I wasn't going to make it a slide. I was going to introduce it next, but I fucked up already. So I was going to, bye.
Marvel Yap's the podcast that Tuck and I do together. We do it weekly on Tuesdays, barring, life and stuff like that, but weekly so far. And we're about to have our 1 year anniversary on...
Wait, you only do it when you're dead? Hang on. You do it barring life. So you only do podcasts when you're dead. It's the Marvel Zombies podcast?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been just cosplaying for the October Data Mine season for just about a year or so now.
I'm Scarlet Witch and he's Strange.
Supreme.
Not Doctor Strange, just Strange.
Just Strange.
Yeah. Exactly. Actually, no, I'm Captain Marvel.
I'd prefer to see you in the Ms. Marvel costume. If we're gonna go that way,
I'd still be more. The reason I am is because I'm more emotive than Brie Larson was in Endgame,
and his belly button isn't outy, so
it isn't. I don't know why you would lie to everyone.
So you can see, you can see it better in the costume for you, Glazer.
Thank you.
That's on Only Tux.
Sure.
I think that Dance might actually live inside Tucker's belly button since he's a giant. He just curls up in there like the old man on the moon, sitting there with a little fishing rod out of Tucker's belly button. Like that's how he survives. Like we gotta follow Dance so he can move out and get a belly button of his own to live in. Like this is just embarrassing at this point. He's a grown ass man living in a belly button. What are we doing here?
My wife's so over it. She's real. She says, "Please, can we go? Please, can we live anywhere? A cardboard box at this point." And I'm just like, no. It's the belly button or bust. That's it. Tuck does buy or bust. I do belly button or bust.
The name of the Not My Dance fans.
I'm just gonna cry.
Oh. This episode's got to fucking end now. All right, let's go to patreon.com/SnapJudgments if you're interested in supporting the channel. And after that segment, how could you not be? I'm going to read a whole bunch of Patreon's names as fast as humanly possible. Thank you to Jonesy Snap 22, Abigail, Samantha, regardless LB, Income, Frozen, Hotan, Prime Brian, Ryan Burke, Renwood, Snapper, Ren Wrench, Gopher Kev, Keltor, Caretix Lee, Koiri, Kazushi, Arcane, Luther K, Black Dahlia, Profos, The Goat, Secret Code, Hollowed Synth, Fat Nick, Absolute Shannon, Dirty Casual, Dark Moogle, Mr. Kerfuffle, Cables, Ginger Prime, Philip Rapkitch, Haplo, Ken Lugs of the James Zone, The Biz of Black GB 23, Extra Scenes, Kibby D, Jessica Gamble, King of Bros, Great Kazoo, Werewolf, Kev Scioto, Clam, Colonel Forbin, Repsilman, David G, Wingfield, Stephen, Brian Kaufman, Martin, Jason Butt, Matt V, Corbin, John Q, Jimmy Q, Yes, Ace 1 Big Man, Milkman for Reals, Milkman for Reals is gone, but bye, Milkman, Cactus Jack, Reapster, Steve 131, Yo Marco, Ted Pro, Quid Pro Joe, Snap Decisions, Joe, Pickety Boom Bot, Bricks 2, Click High Bricks, Green Goblin, Unibot V2, Flan 56, Spectrum Mix, Food, Only Fox, Matt HDG, Mikey Hijinks, No Freaking Flex, Nick DK, Toxic Soul King, Sergeant 24, The King Counter JJ, Demman, Falcon, Fafthor Newman, Two Ties, Grave Lord as the Pirate King Tucker, hi Tucker, and of course Gunny T with the T stands for the Pirate King Tucker, because we said his name plenty now. Please make sure to join. In all seriousness, please make sure to follow Not My Dance. If you don't follow him, it will be his dance, and then the whole branding will be broken.
It's going to be ruined at that point. I don't know what I'll
do. No, seriously, follow Dance, follow Tucker. They're two of the greatest creators in this game. They both should be absolutely freaking huge, and they deserve every bit of love that you could possibly give them. Thank you for supporting Snap Judgments, especially in this time of tumult for our channel. Tucker has a cat's tail in his face, and I was in the middle of talking, and then he started trying to avoid the cat's tail, and I lost all ability to focus on anything but the cat's tail.
I was really only looking there as well. I was only looking at the cat tail as well.
It's just like I was still talking for like at least 10 seconds there, and just looking at a cat tail.
None of those were actual words. All of it was just talking like that.
Awesome. We just had a kitty tail in Tucker's face, Nithial's viewers. And for our wonderful podcast listeners, thank you so much for listening to this wild-ass episode. We love you. Peace and love, everybody. Bye.
Latest.